Obituaries are sponsored by Colonial Funeral Home and Stokes Chapel, Fair, Ray, and Perry Spencer Funeral Homes, Boone and Cook Funeral Home and Crematory.
Private funeral services for Thomas L. Mitchell, 55, of Walnut Cove, are today at 12 o'clock at Perry Spencer Funeral Home in Madison. It will be live streamed. Public viewing for Robert Wall, 79, of Madison, is today from 1 until 7 at Perry Spencer Funeral Home in Madison. The family will have private funeral services tomorrow. Cassie Broadnax Hampton, 92, formerly of Eden, died Sunday. Public viewing is Thursday from 1 until 7 at Perry Spencer Funeral Home in Eden. The family will have graveside services at 11 on Friday. Alfred C. Hampton, 73, of Eden, died Sunday. Public viewing is Thursday from 1 until 7 at Perry Spencer Funeral Home in Eden. The family will have private funeral services. Memorial services for Alfred L. Head Williams, Jr., 49, of Madison, will be held Saturday at 11 o'clock at 403 North Franklin Street in Madison. Perry Spencer Funeral Home in Madison is in charge of arrangements. A celebration of life for Earl Claiborne Clay Perkins, 75, of Eden, will be held tomorrow at 2 o'clock at Boone and Cook Funeral Home. The family will receive friends starting at 1, and other times at the residence. Military honors will be performed by the Rockingham County Veterans Honor Guard and North Carolina National Guard. He was born in Petersburg, Virginia, was a veteran of the U.S. Army serving in Vietnam. He was retired from American Express and served as an elder of North Spray Christian Church. Survivors: wife Mary Boyd Perkins of the home, children Stephanie Merrick and husband Mike of Reedsville, Heather P. Wakefield of Eden, siblings Spencer V. Perkins Jr. and wife Pat of Petersburg, Shirley P. Jazerski and husband Mike of Richmond, 5 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. Memorial contributions may be directed to his church. Janet Lee Robertson, 73, of Eden, died September 25th. Memorial services will be held later. She was born in Stewart and was a homemaker. She was preceded in death by her lifelong companion, James Monroe Penn. Survivors: daughters Amy Brown of Ridgeway, Melissa Robertson Martin of Amelia, Tiffany Robertson of Eden, sister Karen Ann Robertson Amos and husband Ed, 7 grandchildren and 10 great-grandchildren. Boone and Cook Funeral Home is serving the family. Memorial contributions may be directed to the funeral home to assist with cremation expenses. Garnet Gilly Dunn, 79, of Eden, died last night. Arrangements are incomplete at Boone and Cook Funeral Home. Wanda Lee Gibson Busick, 69, of Madison, died Saturday. There will be no formal services or visitation. She was born in Leakesville and employed as a dental assistant. Survivors: husband William Bill Edward Busick of the home, daughter Dottie Busick of Madison, sister Tina Hickman of Stoneville, and 1 grandchild. Boone and Cook Funeral Home is serving the family. Linda Lee Marsh Smith of Danbury died Sunday. Survivors include sisters Nelta K. Sisk, Janet Sue Sisk and Danny, and Brenda Gale Dalton. Special friends and family: Sherry Hester, Chad Fallin, Beth Mabe, Steve and Roger Fulp, Susie Mabe, and Betty Petrie. Public viewing today at Colonial Funeral Home, Stokes Chapel, from 12 until 6, and tomorrow from 9 until 2. Graveside services Wednesday at 4 at Hard Bank Cemetery in Danbury. She will be laid to rest beside her husband, Donald R. Smith. In lieu of flowers, Donations may be sent to North Stokes High School for the Donnie and Linda Smith Memorial Scholarship Fund. The family will be receiving friends at the residence. James Michael Hopper, 63 of Madison, died Sunday. Funeral services are tomorrow at 2 o'clock at Colonial Funeral Home, with interment in Ellisboro Baptist Church Cemetery. The family will receive friends beginning at 12:30 and other times at the home of Carol Mabe in Madison. He was born in Rockingham County. Prior to declining health, he worked in tree service. He was preceded in death by wife Peggy Pliben Hopper. Survivors include brothers Wayne Toby Hopper and Hazel, Connie Hopper and Rita, and David Hopper and Becky. Sisters Carol Mabe and Mike, and Betty Mabe. Memorial contributions may be made to a church or charity of choice. Nancy Lee Shelton Turner, 79, died Monday. The family will receive friends Thursday from 12:30 until 2 at Colonial Funeral Home, followed by funeral services at 2 with interment in Mayodan Municipal Cemetery. Friends will be received other times at the home of Sue Mabe in Walnut Cove. She was born in Henry County, was retired with 35 years of service from Washington Mills Toltecs, and was a member of Clearview Baptist Church. Survivors include her husband of 60 years, Richard Jackson Turner, children Linda Wilkins and Charles, Sue Mabe, Johnny Turner and Gracie, Charlie Turner, Judy Money, Minnie Darlene Tucker and Elijah, and Billy Jack Turner and Melissa. Brothers, Reverend J.R. Shelton and Lois, Reverend Newt Shelton and Connie, Ricky Shelton and Becky, Roy Shelton and Janet, and Barry Shelton and Donna. Sisters, Faye Nelson and Wayne, Kathy Woods and Johnny, and Teresa Mabe. 16 grandchildren, 31 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild. Memorials may be made to the funeral home to help with expenses. Funeral services for Larry Wayne Benson, 78 of Eden, are today at 2 o'clock at Fair Funeral Home, with the family receiving friends 1 hour prior to the service. Burial will follow in Ridgeview Memorial Gardens with full military honors. Arrangements for Floyd Douglas Carter, 84, are incomplete at Fair Funeral Home. He was born in Axton. Survivors include Sister May Elizabeth Campbell of Eden. Memorial services for Ellen Virginia Pulliam Craddock, 73, will be held Saturday at 12 noon at Summit Road Church of God in Eden, where she was a member. Fair Funeral Home is serving the family. Healing begins at Roselawn Memorial Gardens, Ashley Loop, Reedsville, and at Reedlawn Cemetery, Barn Street, Reedsville. Follow us on Facebook.